Behbehani and Brandon. Welcome back to the Platform Podcast. We are your hosts. Episode infinite. We give it. But what we will do is introduce our guest via the intrawebs.
Zoom.
I can't pronounce your last name, dude. So I'll say your first name and then you finish me off, okay?
Okay.
Arian.
I'll finish you off.
And yeah, as soon as I said it, I was like, set him up. Anyway, so it's Arian.
Yep.
And how do you
Give it a try.
Behbehani?
Behbehani. So Tim O'Shea butchered it at Big Dogs. Like after every single event, he'd be like, "Did I get it right?" I'm like, "No, not at all."
What background is it?
Iranian.
Oh wait, sorry, I keep forgetting this.
Dude, you gotta get to this bit first. You're
I don't even
way
know.
ahead of yourself.
I always do.
Slow down, speedboat. Righto. Are you ready?
Yes.
You have 21 words to tell us who you are and what you do. Only 21, no more, no less. And we're counting all of the sounds and words that come out of your mouth starting from now.
Arian Behbehani, 27, powerlifter, private pilot, commercial pilot, student, fishing enthusiast.
Cool.
That was, I think, 11 or 12.
You got more if you want them.
Yeah. 13. 14.
You're the best.
You're the best. That's up to
Thank
18 now. That's 20. You got one word.
Okay. It's the best I can do.
I love the look when people get like, you got one word left. And it's like, what can I say that's going to get me through it?
Bam. Over.
Yeah, most people go bam or boom, and you're like, okay.
Like the ones that prep for it.
Mm.
I thought about prepping for it, but I am an introvert. I am anxious as... Can I swear?
No.
You can swear all you want, dude. You can
Okay, I'm anxious as fuck. So I'm like, if I prep for it, I'm just going to have anxiety from now until I have to do it. So
Thank you.
just wing it.
Thank you for asking if you could swear. Like, that was really polite.
Because I swear a lot, so...
Yeah, I know, but it's funny because you're friends with me and like...
I know.
I've dropped cunt so many... Oh,
There it is.
There it is.
My mum
You can say anything you like.
My mum finally listened to an episode and she's like, why do you swear so much? I'm like, Mum,
That's who I am.
it's who I am. Stop trying to make me who you want me to be. Kidding, I love you, Mum. So we've got you on. Obviously, you're a powerlifter.
Yep.
And you've competed at quite a high level. You've done a multitude of pro rollers now.
I've done 2.
2?
I got invited to the third one.
Yeah, of course.
And
And how'd you go in your last one?
I didn't do too well. I squatted 305, missed 317 on depth twice. Missed my opening bench of 165, but came off, hit 170 as a second, and then just missed 175. Pulled 285 as a third.
Sweet.
They're not bad.
They're okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I expected a lot more. I had a really good run into training, but I couldn't put it together.
What were you hoping to get at the last one?
So I doubled 310 on squats. So I was hoping for about 330, 335. They felt pretty easy.
Yeah.
So hoping to bench about 180. I'd hit that in training and pull closer to 300.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
And after that comp, you had a pretty good, you squatted 300 in sleeves, didn't you?
I did.
That was insane.
Doubled 290 in sleeves with no sputters. Triple 280 in sleeves with no sputters 3 days after getting out of hospital.
Yes.
What did you go to the hospital for?
I just had a really bad fever. I went to the hospital, did a bunch of checks, and just said, you should probably just rest for a long time. And I'm like, nah, I hadn't eaten food in probably 3-4 days. And I'm just like, you know what? Orange juice it is. So I just drank 6 liters of orange juice for a couple of days.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'll see how I go. 230 felt pretty horrible. And I'm like, the only smart thing to do is jump straight to 280. And they asked if I wanted sputters because there were people at the gym. I'm like, nah. If I miss, you're going to get injured. They're going to get injured because it's going to be a bad miss. And I'm like, no, I'll be fine. So I hit that, went straight into deads 10 minutes later and pulled 270 for 2.9.
2.9.
Hands, small hands. Yeah, I dropped it at the top. I'm not really good with holding on to stuff.
Fuck.
But then added 5 kilos and tripled it with straps, sorry.
Straps, yeah, fuck.
So, yeah.
And the fever gone?
The fever was gone, almost-ish. I was kind of like shaking in between sets.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you just probably overheated from training, so, your fever just becomes normal temperature.
That's fine.
Insane. Now, you're relatively new in the coaching world. Have you been coaching for long?
Probably about 6-7 months now.
And what I wanted to get you on because I want to talk about, like, what challenges have you faced getting into coaching, or have you found it easy? Has it been like, because you're quite well known, you've done a lot in the sport.
So with coaching, I wanted to stay away from it for as long as I could, mainly because I think there's people like yourself out there, people like Thomas Lee, lots of other coaches out there that do justice to the sport and do justice to the clients, and I never thought of myself as someone that could do that. So I stayed away from it, and if anyone ever wanted help, I'd be like, look, I can help you out, but I'm not going to coach you, like, go to someone better. But it got to a point where I was being asked consistently by, like, people, hey, I want you to coach me, and I just gave in eventually.
Yeah.
And I was doing that for a bit, and I really enjoyed it, and a few things led to another, and I always wanted to represent the gym. I never wanted to have my own brand. I wanted to represent the gym that we were training at. And
now you have your own brand.
Now I have my own brand. We stopped training at that gym for a few reasons, and I thought, fuck it. I want to represent me. I've always wanted my face on a shirt.
It's the best.
And I love pink, so...
Yes.
I know.
Pink's a real colour.
Story about pink. My first ever comp, I squatted in heels, and I had pink Romaleos. And I was in the warm-up room, and some kid looked at me. He was in my weight class, and he made fun of my shoes. I squatted like 50 kilos more than that motherfucker. So I was so happy. I was so happy.
I'm okay. I'm going to say this, like, you two, I'm talking to you and obviously Jonny and yourself, Arian, you're two of the greatest people I know because you're so similar in the way you approach the bar and like your mentality around training. It's anytime I post a video or something of Jonny, I'll get a message. I'll pretty much get a message 9 times out of 10 from Arian going, we need to train together.
We need to make that a thing.
But I'm supposed to.
No, it'll be
the havoc that you guys would create.
It'd be great.
It's going to be a max out of some sort.
There's only that. That's the only option.
He has that effect. Like, he even convinced G to max out his squat when he came
up. And G's smart. He won't max out if he doesn't have to, but...
It's Jonny.
Yeah. Can't say no.
What else are you going to do? Fucking fives? Boring.
Fives is where I live, bruh.
Oh, 4 too many. That's fucking cardio.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, look, segue back. Not really a segue. Is it a segue if you say segue?
It is now.
Just made it a thing. I got a confirmation from Bob, so she corrects me in the English language.
English.
I don't know how to speak it or write it. But yeah, going back to the challenges you face in coaching, has it been easy run in?
No, not really. You face challenges with clients wanting to... So rounding up.
We just had this conversation.
Yeah, when you round up 30 kilos on week 2 and it gets hard for you, you've probably fucked things up really bad. And then telling me that your technique's good that's good. That's great. Your technique's good. Fucking well done. Send me a video. Let me tell you it's good. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the normal stuff, the normal challenges, I guess.
Any coaches you're following along the way for sort of, I guess, inspiration or guidance?
I've been coached by Thomas for about 4 years now.
Yep.
So, I've gone to Gold Coast a couple of times, trained with him, and the things I learned from him, I try to, put onto my own clients. I watch a lot of videos from Jordan Shallows and, all of that. I've watched lots of Brandon's videos. And you learn quite a bit. I don't coach a number of people at a high level, mainly beginners. So
they're the fun ones. Though. They're like they come to you and they're the blank slate. Like I find you forget, and you'd be the same. I'm sure. Like people who've been trained by other people before, you kind of like, oh well, we've got to get you out of that habit now. Like, and not all the time. I'm saying in some cases, like, oh, we've got to change that a little bit and. it's a little bit nice sometimes to work from a fresh beginner. And
brand new piece of putty.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, you just mold them.
Yeah, I got it.
And they only know one way.
And that's always the right way. You're always the right way.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I got rule 1. Rule 1 is Johnny's always right.
Can we get a confirmation?
I love that.
Is Johnny always right? The straighten up.
You know what, Johnny, can I get that on my next Team Pop shirt?
Yes.
Johnny's always right on the back. That's it.
I do.
Yes.
No, you have to do that. I'm going to encourage that one.
Oh, fuck yes. I'll buy 5, please.
Done.
It's rule 1, bro. They know it.
Yeah, but it's going to be like...
They work it out real quick. Or
in
some
the
slower
gym.
than others. Yeah.
In the gym, Johnny's always right.
Sometimes it's outside too. Rule 2, I know a guy.
Oh, my God. If you want to talk people who knows people... I was like talking about a video projector the other week, and Johnny's like, "Oh, you need a projector? I know a guy." I'm like, "Who the fuck has a projector guy?"
Got a projector guy. You got to cash and don't ask questions.
No receipt?
No receipt.
Okay.
Look, but see, this is the thing. You could end up in weird places with not knowing what's going on.
You've done that before. Don't tell me you haven't done that before.
I have done that many a times, and it's Johnny's like. Johnny sent Jamie on a goose hunt to get the deadlift platform for last year's Capo comp, and the guy ended up locked in some shipping yard. That's the glory.
I've got a platform guy if you need one.
Oh,
It'll cost you a carton of beer and you get a deadlift platform.
That's fucking amazing. How's coaching going with all your pilot study?
So the pilot study's done on my own time. Basically, I can choose when I go in, so it's kind of easy. I usually choose midday, train people at night. Most of my stuff's online anyway, both with learning and with coaching, so it works out very well.
Oh, fuck it. And you're going to be a pilot long term?
Yes.
Like commercial sort of stuff?
Yep.
Whoever's still left, but Qantas or whatever's floating around.
We can't talk about Virgin anymore, so.
That'll be unreal, bro.
Yeah.
Now, we were recently in talks about you fitting into the cabin.
It's a little tricky, especially with the training aircraft.
They're a bit small?
Just a little small. The last time I got into one of the planes a couple of weeks before lockdown, my instructor's a real small lady, very small, but I could not reach over to grab my own seatbelt. Shoulders didn't fit, and I'm like, "Hey, can you buckle me up?" And then every time I say, you got to look back to see if there's any planes behind you before you turn. And I'm looking back and I'm just pushing onto her and I'm like, this is so awkward.
Oh,
yeah. How long have you been doing that for, bro?
Since 2014.
Yes, sweet.
So yeah, I had a bit of time off. Our school got shut down for a bit. One of the students had an accident, so that kind of pushed things back a little.
Yep.
But yeah, one of my best flights was actually from Melbourne to Gold Coast.
Oh, wow.
We flew there with a couple of mates. It was pretty fun.
In a commercial airline?
No, in a little 4-seater. Goes a top speed at 250 k's an hour, so it was awesome.
How long did that take?
For 10 hours or so.
Wow.
So yeah.
What happens when you got to pee?
You hold it. So what you can do is you can make an emergency landing, or you can do what one of the students did and pee in a bottle and throw it over a farm. So yeah, we always had this thing where the walk of shame, it was when you've peed in a bottle and you got to carry it inside the building and everyone knows you've peed. So that was embarrassing. He didn't want to do that.
Man, I'd need to pee in 45 minutes knowing I've got 10 hours before I can pee again. That's too much.
We actually stopped probably every 2 hours for fuel and all of that. And we stopped overnight in Bathurst.
That was sick.
Yeah. I was a bit, I'm a bit tanned. Bathurst is very bogan. So going to their local pub was a bit tricky. Luckily I was with white people, so that's always good. Nowadays, when I go fishing in out of Victoria, I always take the missus with me because, again, very white, not very white. It's some weird looks.
Fuck, that's funny.
Can you do any tricks in your plane? Like a loop?
Yeah, I can do heaps. I've actually got an aerobatics license as well. So if you can get me one of those planes that does flips, I can do that for you.
Oh, holy shit. That'd be sick.
What made you get into pilot?
I have no idea. I was doing science, so I studied biological science, and I'm like, because I love science and I love animals and chemistry and all of that, and I was actually good at that. I was about 6 months away from getting my bachelor's, and I'm like, I don't enjoy this. I hate this. What am I going to do? Like, work in a lab? I don't want to work in a lab. So at first I wanted to be a marine biologist, but I'm like, look, I'm not like the tanned hot girl to work at SeaWorld and all of that. So there goes my dream of that.
I'd like to see you at a bathers, bro.
Oh, thanks. I'll send you a photo later.
Yes.
I've got my blonde wig.
Just walking up, the hairiest person, one of the hairiest people I've ever seen. Like, for people who do watch the YouTube, or if you're not, go look on the YouTube, look at Arian's face and imagine that everywhere. Like, fuck, imagine that in the bloody...
That'd be great.
On a SeaWorld.
That'd be good.
I can do the hair flick with the water and all of that after every show, so yeah.
More majestic than the dolphins. Fuck, man, that's sick, though. So how long away are you becoming like a full-fledged pilot?
Once the ISO's over, I can go back. I've got 7 exams to do. I've already done 5 of them, but I got to redo them because it's been a while. That's over. I've just got a couple of flights, so probably 6 months or so.
Oh, wow.
Sick.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be on a plane and hear it's your captain speaking.
But it won't sound like that. Can you give us a...
Yeah, you want to give us a quick little bit?
A quick little bit?
Yeah.
Fuck, this has been a while since I've done one of these. So, hey, this is your captain speaking, Arian. Today we're going to be taking off from Bacchus Marsh. We're going to be climbing to an altitude of 4,500 feet. We're probably going to be making an overhead departure for Wangaratta. In case of an emergency, we will be putting the nose of the plane down and landing on the remaining runway. If need be, we will deploy some flap to slow us down. If we are too far ahead, we will be finding an area 30 degrees either side of the nose, putting the nose down, applying full flap, and landing in so area.
Bam!
That was great.
Thank you. You had a lot of practice.
That's cool.
That was great.
Thank you. You'll be hearing one when I come up and take you guys for a flight because I think that would be fun.
Look,
Are you scared of heights?
No, I'm not scared of heights.
I am. I'm petrified of heights. Yeah, I'm dead scared of heights. Yeah, and I'm claustrophobic, and the plane's small, so...
Wow.
It's just lots of...
industry, bro.
Wait, do you get nervous when it takes off?
Nah, not at all. I switch it all off. It's like powerlifting. You switch it off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The reason I let out a bit of when you said again, you two are very similar, and you're both what I would probably classify as extremists.
Yeah.
Like there's no, it's just 0 or 100.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground.
Middle's boring.
Yeah, and
It's very boring.
But no, I'm not saying middle's boring, but
Sorry, as well.
I just know we'll take off and there'll be no easing into it. It'll be like, all right, now we're flipping. And that's what scares me.
The first time I took people up, or I took a friend up, I decided to show them what zero gravity feels like. You just push the plane down real hard. And I had a packet of pods open, and there's a video, and it all just rises up. My books rise up, and I turned their microphones and speakers off. I'm like, I don't want to hear them yell. As you can tell, I take this very seriously.
I want it, but I'm scared.
And you don't get scared that often. That's what I love about you, man. You just, everything you do, I think Jordo says it perfect. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And everything you do is just fucking 100%. It's perfect. Watching you lift, if it's not perfect, you get frustrated. But not frustrated isn't you're mad at yourself. It's just a frustration because you want to get it right for the people supporting you. It's a really fucking good trait to have, especially obviously as a young coach coming through.
Thank you.
Yeah, you also do a lot in the sport. You're a ref and quite a high, what I deem as a high level qualified, really good ref. Now you ref big dogs too from me.
I did.
What was that?
Cool. That was awesome. But again, same thing. You have to switch off everything else. Because it's I started powerlifting, seeing all these guys lift, and the first time I looked at one of the GPC Nats rankings, I saw Luke Poley with a 920 total, and I'm like, fuck, who's this guy? grew up watching Eric Lillibridge and learning how to squat from his video on Animal. Yeah. And you don't want to red light those guys.
Did you give out any reds?
I did both of them, yeah. But like, Milanichev and all of that. And so again, you don't see the names, you don't see the weights. You've just got to be 100% into what the rules are. Did he break any rules? Yes, no, red light, white light.
And what do you deem of like the reffing world? I think a lot gets put under scrutiny. What's your general overview of it? Do you think it needs work? Do you think it needs more people need more development?
Not more development. I think for the high level comps, there's a certain type of person that can take away the number on the bar and that name.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that, they get, I am kind of saying people do get kind of nervous reffing certain names, doing certain numbers. And I think that does ruin it a little bit. You see consistent reffing, and then all of a sudden the consistency drops out when, a 400 kilo squat comes in or a 300 kilo bench comes in. It's like, well, you gave that guy a red light for the exact same thing. This guy did it, because he's lifting more weight, because he's a big name, he's got followers. What, you can't red light him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see it as much in Australia. I think Australian refereeing standards are very high. They're very good, but elsewhere, otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, what did Will say the other day in that interview he did with Thomas? Like, that's why he went to fucking did record breakers. Fuck, that's savage.
Can't get called for depth there, can you?
No, it'll be loose.
Well, he's not even running it anymore.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
By the internet.
Yeah.
And then he pulled out of the comp, wanting to do it again.
Was it Jesse Burdick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just fucking ref it right.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not hard. That's the thing, like, as you said before, like people under the pressure, under those big names, but what they don't realize is like it brings down the sport as a whole.
Exactly. And that's the reason why I try to block out those names, because, if I mess up, it brings down the sport. And, on a platform like Pro Raw, somewhere where I compete, and I think like, that's the highest I'm ever going to compete. That's pretty cool for me. But if the name comes down and people are just like, oh, he did this at Pro Raw, it means nothing. Like, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Because Big Dogs 2 was a pretty close comp as well.
It was. I think a couple of people pulled for the win. I think it was Eric, Sean Doyle, and Dan Bell. Yeah, they all pulled for the win.
And they all got tight. Oh, no, who was the Australian dude? Godly Strong,
Alex Simon.
Yeah, so because it went Milanichev, Sean Doyle, and then those three.
Yep.
Godly.
They dropped them, didn't they?
Yeah, Godly, Eric, and Dan Bell.
Dan Bell, yeah, they all tied.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck, Dan Bell's funny though. He was a loose unit.
I love him. He was warming up to the squats, and he had like 275 on or something. No wraps, no belt, no sleeves, nothing. And he just like goes down, looks at me. He's like, "Was that deep enough?" I'm like, "Go back up." Anyway, it comes back up, and I'm like, "Nah, bro, that was still too high." And he's like, "Fuck it." I looked at him like his hamstring's hitting his calf, and he couldn't get deeper. So he puts on another red, puts on a belt, still bare knees, does the same thing. Looks at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's good. Come up." And he's got like this mad hip shift. So one side's good, one side's pretty shit. So
fuck.
320 on the bar.
Yeah.
And he's just like looking at you.
Yeah. Yep. I was petrified. I'm like, whoa, big dude with a nipple ring.
It was so funny. We're sitting at like the meet and greet before Big Dogs at the big round table in PTC HQ. And like everyone's just sitting there chilling out, and then all you hear is like, it's just not dead silence, people talking, and then Dan Bell just goes, "I feel so naked without my gun." And I'm like, whoa. Obviously gun laws in America, he's an American guy. And then I was just like, he's the funniest bloke.
He's such a nice guy. He so with my barley, he just messaged me. He commented on one of my posts, and he's like, "Bro, just wank with the other arm for once." And I'm like, "You're strong. Maybe that's my issue."
Did you remember? Because I had the couch there for like two people who won to watch on the thing. And before deadlifts, every other lifter's out the back warming up, and he's there having a coffee with Spiros. And I'm like, dude, shouldn't you go warm up? It was just that was a great comp too.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Eric was a lot more relaxed that year.
Yeah, he was. He put up a total, didn't he?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that was good.
That's Polly's claim to fame, mate. He beat fucking Eric Lillybridge.
And he beat Vlad. He beat Vlad at Pro Raw, so...
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Did you ref that one? No, you competed.
No, I competed, yeah.
Yeah.
I refed last Pro Raw.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a bit of reffing with the girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before you competed?
No, the day before.
Oh, man, I can't keep up.
What made you decide to get into reffing, bro? Did you just get tapped or was it something you're like, man, I really wanted to do that?
I've always wanted to ref. I'd look at, like, you know, I'd be in the comp in the crowd and I'd be like, oh, fuck, like, was that really a good lift or was that didn't look deep enough to me? And,
yep.
you know, my opinion didn't matter, but I'm really judgmental. So I'd look and be like, nah, fuck, that lift was shit.
Yep.
But I wanted my opinion to matter. So I'm like, hey, Marcos, what's it take to be a ref? And he talked me through it, did all the stuff he needed to do. And one day he's like to me, he messaged me and I was like, can you ref tomorrow? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can. So I refed. And then a couple of weeks later, he messaged me and he's like, hey, you're going to be at Big Dogs? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, no, you're going to be on the stage. And I'm like, look, man, I get it. I'm really strong, but I don't think I'm ready for this yet. And he's like, no, reffing. I'm like, okay. It was scary.
Just a bit nervous?
A little bit.
Fuck.
The worst part was, I'm like, so what do I wear? He's like, wear slacks and black pants. No one else did. I kept getting harassed and people were like, hey man, why wear you slacks? I'm like, Marcos told me to.
He made us stitched up, bro.
He probably did. I mean, Jesse's in shorts, Josh Chate's in jeans, and I'm there in slacks.
When you've been reffing like that, you ever been called out by any of the lifters or coaches?
Oh yeah, definitely. Heaps. So much. I've been asked if, like, you know, hey, don't get intimidated by this person. I'm like, look, man, I don't get intimidated by anyone. I'm a man.
I feel like it's like, because, look, some of my best moments, but I've yelled at a few refs in my time. Yeah. But it's definitely the way you approach it. And I'm more like, you're obviously as a coach allowed to ask questions.
Yeah.
But as soon as, like, there's repetitive calls and they're bad calls and, like, obviously I'm not a ref. I'm a capo ref, but
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm only a capo ref because I couldn't be a GPC one. It's just because, like,
we'll have it.
Yeah, I know, but, like, I asked Scott and he's like, you could never ref at our comps. You have too many clients. I'm like, I only wanted to do it so I could argue with the refs.
Yeah.
just because there's been calls in the past, and I've definitely I do empathize with the refs when people come at them with a bit of heat because, and it's a passionate sport.
Yeah, but you can't take it personally. I mean, I've had a go at refs before, and I didn't mean it, but it's just in the heat of the moment. You see your guy get red lit. You didn't, like, completely agree with the call, and you know what? I'm not going to be calm. I'm not calm in that moment. I'm hyped up. I've just yelled at this person to give it all they've got. I'm not calm right now. I can't just switch that off. Yeah. And, like, you know, I've had people come up to me at the same time, like, you know, real hyped up and all of that. And they've yelled at me. They might have, like, you know, dropped an F-bomb or something. And I don't take it personally. It's the heat of the moment. It's a sport.
Yeah.
If you want a calm sport, go play fucking chess or something. Shit's going to happen.
Mate, chess gets full on.
Oh, I love chess. I played it with my missus the other day.
Oh, man. Me and my missus go ham. But, like, we got to, if we're playing chess. Sorry, you go. You go. You're
No. Come on.
No, you.
We'll play. I can't remember where I was going with it.
Who won? You or your missus?
Oh, of course I did. Yeah. That was the first time playing. That was the first time playing.
Really?
Yeah. She never played chess. So this was like an ISO thing. We're like, I'll teach her how to play chess. She hates it.
Bro, it's so much fun. Have you ever
I love it.
I'm good.
Are you good?
I beat you.
Can we play chess on a
so in high school I came third in Victoria. So
really?
Yeah. I beat the Asians. I made them cry. Actually made them cry.
Fuck, you're a savage.
Thank you.
That's intense.
There we fucking go.
Platform
podcast.
We can't do like a 3-way chess game, can we? That doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't exist. You could play a game.
That's true.
What's the other one?
The things.
The checkers. That's a 2-player game.
There's another one. I just can't think of the name of it. I'll come back to it.
I bet it's Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah, we get Snakes and Ladders.
That's pretty much chess. We'll do it.
Yeah, I'm fucking pretty good at it too.
I haven't played in years, but I reckon I'm good too.
I don't know if I've ever played Snakes and Ladders.
What?
No, well, like, my missus is really into board games.
But not Snakes and Ladders.
I don't know.
That's the OG. That's original.
I have to Ask her. But like,
we can articulate.
I love it.
You need to get out snakes and ladders, bro.
Fine.
Dude, it's bad. It's unreal.
You're unreal.
You're unreal.
This is literally how we communicate.
I love it.
No,
So-
he's the best.
Most of your clients you're looking after, bro, they're all sort of hunting for powerlifting. That's kind of the lane.
That's right. Yeah, I had a couple of guys that just wanted to lose some weight, and yeah, they did well too. So again, same approach, mainly powerlifting.
Yep.
I found I remember when I first started coaching, it was just like you'd get those weight loss clients, and you wanted to help them, but I just didn't find it as interesting.
Not at all.
And it's nothing against them and their goals. It's just somebody else.
It's not my thing.
Yeah, it's somebody else is an expert in that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm here to get you jacked and strong.
And if you don't want to be jacked and strong, don't be in a gym. Straightforward.
I just want to be toned. Just want to look a little lighter. Short my tummy.
I realized you were joking. I'm like, the fuck are you? Be lighter. I don't think I would ever get to my weight goal if I didn't have Jonny in my ear.
What's your weight goal now?
His is 140.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on the up, finally.
Is he 45 kilos away? Or?
Yes.
40.
40, you 100 finally?
Yeah.
Are you 3 digits?
Yeah, 3 digits again.
Oh,
I've been 3
yes!
digits before.
Yeah, but you lost it.
I had a bowel infection.
That's no excuse. I had a fever. You drink orange juice. You do what you got to do.
Oh,
I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice.
you are a doctor.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Fuck. Did you see that photo Arian was throwing around the other day of him as a lightweight?
No.
I had abs. Actual abs. Yeah, for a while I had the ab veins and everything.
Damn.
Right.
What weight were you?
Oh, 60. So before powerlifting, I was just 60 kilos.
Oof.
What are you now?
102?
That's way better.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man territory.
Yeah. Let's go to the 120s.
I should. Skip 110s completely, 120s.
Don't even worry about it. You don't need it.
You're amazing.
Well, you'll come to 140s with me.
Yeah, I know. I don't even have a say.
Yeah, it's 100%. You don't want a biscuit.
We should all just
go to 140 together.
No. We should all go to Supers and take Luke down. Take down Polly.
All we got to weigh is 140.1, or in ProRo's case, 120.1, 125.1. It's not hard.
Exactly. We'll just this is a shout out to Warwick Eccles and Luke Polly. We are coming for you.
Done.
We'll put our totals together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the plan. That was the plan.
So I know what Luke will say. Yeah, but I did 1,000.
Yeah. Did I tell you about that?
No, what happened?
At the last comp, because Matt Goyle ran a comp up here for the lads who didn't get to compete at Pro Raw. So it was GPC sanctioned. And it was all legit. Kane squatted 375 and Lang squatted 385.
Yeah.
I think it was Langy. Someone said something about, he went up to Luke and was like, oh, you're sweating a bit there. They're getting down your squat. And Luke just turned around and goes, yeah, but they're not going to total 1,000.
Oh, what a savage.
Bam! He's so undercover savage. And she's like, yeah, but, I was like, fuck, okay. Oh, wow. It was Langy, that's right. He's like, I'm going to squat 412 at GPC Nats. And Polly's like, it's all right. You don't total 1,000. I love Luke for that reason.
Oh, Luke's fucking good. 100%.
Oh, he's just crazy.
So you're managing to keep up a bit of training at the moment with yourself?
Yeah, training's been fine, been doing what I can with a barbell and one set of dumbbells. So.
Oh, wow.
How heavy are they?
35s. So they seemed all right at the time until I started pressing them, and I'm like, fuck, I got to do sets of 20. So it sucks.
Imagine curling it.
I tried. First thing, I'm just like, if I can press them for 20, sure I can curl them for 10. Tried curling them, I'm like, nah. And tendonitis kicked in, elbows are beat.
Put a bit more back in it, bro.
I reckon belt wraps, I reckon a bit of knee string, and a spotter.
Yeah,
done. I'll do that tonight. I'll send you a video.
Can we just go back a bit there? The logic was if I can press it for 20, I can curl it for 10?
surely my legs aren't that much stronger than my hands. Like, you know, I can squat like, you know, 300. I can also press over 150. So that was my logic.
Yeah, science.
Yeah, I'm basically a pilot. I should be good at math. and I did like a lot of chemistry and like biology. So yeah.
Fuck, you're so intelligent.
Thank you. I like to think so. Probably my biggest downfall. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, much smarter than me.
Yeah. Look, as we've been highlighting on our recent podcast, I'm now a nerd thanks to Thomas Lilly's deemed me a nerd because I read. So I'm in that boat with you, bro.
Fuck yeah. It's a good boat. I like this boat. Surely Thomas is there too.
Nah, bro. He doesn't read.
He
doesn't read.
Nah.
He likes SpongeBob.
He's in the boat of SpongeBob memorabilia.
Yeah.
Okay. John, you're in the boat with us, aren't you?
In the reading boat?
Yeah.
I read Jurassic Park back in like high school.
It's more than enough. It's more you're in.
Yes.
You're a legend.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So okay, well, that's a question for later. How did you just never bother to read?
No, didn't excite me.
Okay, cool.
You can't take 6 scoops of pre-workout and read like this. Why do it?
But most people think I joke when, you know, I say, Jonny has like a coffee, then a Red Bull, and then they meet him and watch him and they're like, no, he actually does that. Like we're podcasting today.
Yeah, you got to be on.
And I brought him a double shot espresso and then he's like, to his partner, Bob, can you give me a Red Bull? I'm like, we're podcasting. We're sitting down talking. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, why? We've got to get filled up, bro.
Yeah. I have a 500 ml V before I go for a walk. That's like a 20-minute walk.
Got to get that fucking heart rate.
So, Johnny, situation, you're in the car having your V or whatever, your Red Bull. You drive into the gym. You have like a couple of sips to get to the gym. And you're driving home and that's still kind of cold. It's like midnight. Do you still finish it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely. Me too. All the time. Madge yells at me. She's like, you're about to sleep. It's midnight. Why you finish up? Want a bit of a buzz, you know?
Just about to go to sleep. You two are literally like kindred spirits here.
We're going to live together.
Definitely.
It's so dangerous.
It's going to be fucking glorious.
It will be.
And we're going to fly together.
Johnny, I've never been in equipped lifting. So, like, I reckon deload week, a suit, straps,
put a suit on.
Done.
Yes!
For anyone who's not watching the YouTube, I'm currently face palming myself.
We're fucking doing it.
Yes, we are.
A 6 squat session.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, you'd squat like 400.
I reckon I could cut it high as shit.
Yes.
I reckon I could unrack it.
Then all you say is the fucking suit's a bit tight, I need more weight.
Done.
Oh, man.
Done. If I miss, it was a misgroove. I haven't done this for long.
You misgrooved the suit.
This is going to come out after Thomas Lilly's one.
And he said he's going back in the suit.
Yes, but also listen to it how we convinced him to do Johnny's deadlift comp and how he like hurt his neck doing it.
Yeah, it cost him 10 weeks. He still pulled it.
Yeah, it was.
He nearly pulled just 360 something.
Yeah, he had 365 on the bar. But the suit was so tight, man. Like, it looked like a suit he wore when he was 12. Like,
Glorious.
Because wasn't he pretty light when he was lifting in a suit? It was like, 90 kilos or something, wasn't he?
I think it was like 100, over 100. But he's like he was 120-ish when he pulled at the capo comp.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
Tighter the better.
Yeah, 100%.
It just hurts. Who cares?
Wraps hurt.
Exactly.
No, wraps don't hurt until you get wrapped by Johnny.
Again, I need to be wrapped by Johnny. I love a tight wrap.
That would be an honour.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, man, you too.
I'm due for a squat PR anyway, Johnny, so.
Yes! Let's put 2 pairs of wraps on. Can you imagine?
No, I don't want. Actually, I kind of want to now.
It'd be like equipped lifting for your knees.
Yeah. I've had a knee reconstruction. That's my excuse. I need extra support.
Yeah. It's good for my joints.
Yeah, definitely.
You put 2 3-meter knee wraps.
Oils are good for your joints.
Oh, definitely. So good.
Oh, man, that is a fucking whole nother rabbit hole of a conversation, that one.
Oh, that would go wrong so quick.
But so right, because you're not like, obviously we're talking about PEDs, but you're not a dumbass about them.
No.
you're quite educated around it, or you find the right education around it, and you do things properly, which is like obviously a lot of. I recently wrote a blog on it, and I say recently.
I read it.
By the time
I read it. It was very good.
And like future, past tense, present shit. We still haven't worked it out, have we?
I don't know where we're at.
Yeah. Anyways, but the biggest mistake you see is people just going fucking ham on it, and like we joke about PED use a lot, and we joke a lot about it. It's pretty fun, but like there is a safe way to do it, and I like that about yourself because you don't fucking say anything without going, no, this is the way to do it. Because there's so many dickheads out there.
Yeah. I think it just comes from the lack of education. I mean, when I first started taking PEDs, I had no idea what I was doing. Some guy was just like, hey, man, it's going to help your injury. Let's get you on test. I'm like, cool, I want to compete. Comes 4 weeks away. Bit of test is going to fix that. Fucking didn't. Got my bench up. Squat and deadlift went nowhere. Had a injured back.
Yeah.
And, So it was like, well, what do? They do something if you use them correctly. They do a fucking heap if you use them correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to help your injury. It's not. It's really not.
Honestly, I was squatting about, I think before that comp, I did 245 in reps. And I'm like, well, if I squat this, I'll squat like 300 in reps. It's going to help my injury. It's going to get me strong. I don't really need to train. That's honestly what the person had told me. And then a couple of weeks later, he's like, look, you might squat 200 in reps in that comp. I'm like, I gave away my fucking natty card. Now you're telling me this?
That is the exact problem. People are like, man.
But like you said, there's a right way to do it. There are people that can tell you how to do it safely. And just don't be fucking dumb. Don't think more is always more.
No. Less, what is it? Test is best and less is best. Or less is better. I can't remember. Broderick said something, but he said it in his he's like real fucking like direct and funny and and he'll just say it how it is, like dumb. I'm like, fuck. He scares me a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh. All right. Mate, are you ready for this?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
10 questions. First answer that comes into your head, you must deliver that answer.
Done.
Where is the place you would like to travel or explore next?
Madrid.
Oh, good one.
Would you travel to Mars if you knew you could not come home?
No.
Can you dance?
No.
What is 12 times 12?
144.
Well done. What sport or activity do you wish you could do that you don't do now?
UFC fighting.
Fuck yes.
Fuck, you'd be a savage. Why don't you?
I've thrown one punch in my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I've been in like 20, 30 fights, so not really good at this.
Now, Arian, you're given an elephant for 24 hours.
Yep.
What are you going to do with the elephant before you return it?
Ride it on the streets, like city. Ride in the city, ride it. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to listen to what Brando will do with it. That's 2 episodes ago. Describe your life in one word.
Chilled.
Favorite sporting memory for yourself?
Squatting 300 for the first time.
Fuck yeah. How long would you say is a piece of string?
A meter, 20 centimeters.
Yep. You got your phone there?
Yep.
What is the last piece of music you listened to?
Hold on. Let's see. Spotify. Back. It was... Sorry, just give me 1 second.
You can have 3.
Purple Lamborghini, Rick Ross, Skrillex. Yeah.
That song is mate, you're a fucking legend.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully once this ISO shit
We're trained together.
Yeah.
Definitely.
With a squat suit.
Yep.
And it's going to be, we're going to do a lot of pre-trainer.
Fuck yeah.
You two are just like made for each
It
other.
needs to happen.
Mate, thank you so much for your time today. Where can
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Arian.B92 on Instagram and Arian Behbehani on Facebook.
I'll spell it out for people in the show notes because
thank you.
barely pronounce it. So, mate, you're a legend. We will definitely catch up in the next comp. Hopefully the borders reopen and we can see each other and hold each other again.
Definitely. I look forward to that.
We got to clap on 3. 3, 2, 1. There's clearly a bit of a delay there, but that's okay. Mate, you're a legend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, brother.